Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nuggets provided a nice lift. He picked up 18 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. It was a great contribution from someone who is considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night. He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Gasol dishes to McDermott. Butler on the wing. Pass to Gomes. Launches it. No good. Walker with some nice D.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
There's 25 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And it's an 11-point Hornets lead. And Gomes kicks to Gibson. Feeds to Gomes. Will it go? The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And that's now 17 points for Freak. Walker the pass to Lee. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. So we've reached the end of the... Now the third quarter about to get going. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
And the threes, they just drop for him consistently. He was in a zone in that first half.
I'll say, I mean, this couldn't have been a more productive day for him from long range so far.
Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Butler and McDermott filling out the perimeter. And it's Gomes in at the 1. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Bulls trail by 8. He kicks to Gasol. Here is Gomes. He's got 17. Can't hit.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not really able to score the basketball.
Lee, that's good.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Right wing. Outside Butler. Gasol, a screen on Lee. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Butler gets it to go.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Screen by Jefferson. Outside, Batum. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Chicago trailing here. Rose dishes to Gomes. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 3rd assist on the night. Charlotte has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pick by Zeller. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Let's see where Charlotte sits right now in the league rankings. 7th in blocks, 8th in points off turnovers. And they're in the top half of the league in free throw shooting as well. Pretty good, but they could certainly stand some improvement there.
And going back to their block shots, they're fearless, challenging shooters and contesting everything. You end up on a few posters, but I love that willingness to take a stand defensively.
And he knocks down the first one. Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Both free throws good from Lynn. Gomes with it. He's got 20. 1:06 left to play in the third. And Gibson kicks to Gomes. Shoots. And it's Chicago scoring again. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Sure has been. I mean, guys, momentum is hard to come by in this one. I mean, it seems like one team gets the lead and then the other one storms right back.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very easy.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard. Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
There's the pick. Zeller, a screen on Rose. Lynn kicks to Walker. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Walker's got the game tied up here for Charlotte.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Chicago shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
He dishes it to Jefferson. Lee outside. And the pass to Williams. He feeds it to Jefferson. Good work defensively by Gasol.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Chicago leading, and Charlotte looking at who they've got. Williams down low with Jefferson. Kemba Walker is out there with Lee, and it's Batum in at the 3 spot.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
And it's the Hornets, another 3. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Walker against Butler. Lee passes to Jefferson.
That's the wall.
And it's Chicago with the rebound. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Gasol dishes to Butler. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And so Butler nails both of them.
Well, it's been a good game tonight for Butler. He has 8 points, and he's made some good decisions with the basketball, too.
And being smart with the ball like he's been today, Clark, I think it's critical for him and them. He should repeat that every game.
Outside, Batum, 4 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. The stupendous finish in traffic.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
Gibson up top. There's the dish to Butler. Kicks it to Gomes. From deep. The Hornets pull it in. Jefferson's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Passes it to Lee. Off target from 3-point range.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Charlotte has gone 7 of 15 from 3-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Wide open. No good off the front iron. Chicago's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And Gomes kicks to Gasol. McDermott, no one around him. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And the Bulls lead by 3.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
On the wing, Batum. Charlotte, no good that time either.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Gomes passes to McDermott. They get a hand on it. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Batum's running. Looks for Walker. Gets it to him. Gasol with the defensive effort. Chicago leading by 3. Gomes dishes to Gasol. Butler attacking. Ring shot on the way. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him. Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Freak. Here's Chicago, and that's an intentional foul. Gets the first, that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, so now it's an 8-point game.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Lynn from long range. It's rebounded by Portis. And a wide open look for Freak. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Gomes has got 30 points.
Okay, guys, the clock is our enemy now. Time to focus up and know your roles. Trust each other to make the play. Freak, if you got the look, take us home.
8 seconds left in the game. That's a 2 from Lee, and good, he nails it. And so it's Chicago winning this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Derek, congratulations on a great win. What was the major thing that turned this deficit around for you guys?
Just playing defense. Our defense turned into offense, and it worked out for us tonight. We definitely don't want to be in that situation, but we just fall away back into the game.
Derek.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Freak. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
You know, Freak was a 4.0 honor student growing up. And tonight, that high IQ is one of the things we saw on display with that sensational performance. Combine his smarts with the fact that he lives and breathes basketball, there's no doubt that he's one of the most intelligent players we have in this league.
One thing that stood out to me was his contribution from deep. We know he can hit the 3 ball, but we saw him do a lot more damage than normal, and that really opened up the game.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.